So another question and answer video. This is from Alius Sani. He asks, thanks for your video about Peugeot awareness. Please, what is the best Peugeot 407 car to buy for a first car? Thanks. Every Peugeot 407 is good to buy as a first time car user. Every one of them. There's no single one, irrespective of the engine model. You can buy and use it for the very first time of using a car. 1.8, 2.0, 2.2, 3.0, at least for the petrol ones. So I can't speak for the diesel. But I know generally anybody can own a car for the very first time. The reason why I'm saying this is, irrespective of engine model, if you abuse any of them, it will mess you up. It's as simple as that. It messes you up. That's the problem with Nigerians. They will tell you, oh, don't avoid any other 407 that does not have EW10J4 engine. It must be only EW10J4 if it doesn't want it to give you so-called wahala. So what they now do, they just go out and keep looking for anything that looks like 407 with anything that looks like EW10J4 in the engine bay, which most of them are repackaged, nightmares. People who have bought them before mess them up, abuse them severely, and then repackage them and put them up for sale. They will just go, oh, he has EW10, we'll rush, pay, and then they start figuring out, oh, but then how come people are praising 407? Yeah, this one wants to kill me, even though it has the so-called EW10 that doesn't give problem. So anybody can, once you can maintain any, if you can see, it doesn't matter which 407, and if you can afford to buy any 407, you can afford to maintain any 407, irrespective of engine. Even the so-called V6, if you can afford to fuel the one with 1.8 liter engine, you can afford to fuel the one with 3.0 liter engine. How the vehicle consumes fuel is up to you. Yeah, most people will not believe this, but I'm telling you, how a car chooses to, or how a car consumes fuel is up to the person behind the steering wheel. Of course, by design, not all are supposed to consume the same amount of fuel. But when I look at, from personal experience, after driving all of them, petrol ones in good condition, nobody can say, oh, this one is too much, I cannot afford to fuel this one, because the difference is just very little. That, I mean, if you can't afford, if you can afford to maintain 407, that's what I'm saying. It's not just fueling. Anybody that can afford to buy and maintain and keep 407 in good condition can afford to spend even just that little amount the bigger engine will consume. So that's my point. So you can own a 407, whether it's your first time or buying car. But what matters is get a sound, good one. Tokumbo, Nigeria use, it doesn't matter. Tokumbo ones are also some have also been abused before they are even shipped to Nigeria. Even some, when they are shipped to Nigeria, originally they were in diesel engine, they had diesel engines, or originally right-hand drive. So before they are shipped to, even right there in Lagos, they do the conversion, because people don't like buying diesel Peugeot cars. So for them to be able to sell it and make more money, they will do the conversion. Likewise, the one that are right-hand drive, they will convert it to left-hand drive. The one with diesel engine, they will put in, of course, the popular EW10J4 engine. They move the diesel and put. which I don't have any issue with. If you want to convert any car, go ahead and do it. Do honestly, because I do it as well. But my point is, when it comes to the conversion, how many of them are properly done? And do you know how you can dictate the one that's not properly done? That's the problem. And that's why people, I don't call it mistake. They intentionally just go blindly and foolishly go and put their hard-earned money. And then later they start complaining. So you have to be willing not to buy a messed up one, irrespective of engine there. Then you can afford to enjoy for yourself, whether it's for the first time you are buying a car or not, or first time car user. Then when you buy one, don't abuse it. Keep it in good condition. Parts will be failing. Car will break down once in a while. Do not abuse it. If it fails, diagnose it properly, replace whatever it failed or fix whatever that failed and continue with the use of the vehicle. But when you start cutting corners, start looking for the cheapest means of fixing the vehicle, give it any quack because it will collect cover from you, rather than taking it to someone that may charge you a little bit higher, but you can be able to do the right thing by fixing it, diagnosing and getting it right. Or when it comes to searching and searching for the vehicles, you find one, you take one local mechanic that probably can only tell when somebody tells you, oh, this car is good because he listened to the sound of the engine. To me, you are very stupid to even believe that person. I'm telling you now, if you have to take someone to go and inspect a car to you, and what the only thing the person could do was to tell the seller or the dealer, oh, start the engine. And when the engine starts, he listens to the sound and just say, no, this car is very sound. I don't have any problem with the person. I can only say if you are the person that tells the local mechanic to go and do that, and he give you that kind of report, and you go ahead and purchase the car based on what that, you must be that stupid. I will use that word clearly. A modern vehicle that is electrically controlled, almost more than up to 80 to 90% controlled electrically. You are so focused on the sound of engine, as if the engine runs itself, knowing that these things are electrically controlled. Just because you started that time doesn't mean in the next 2 days it's going to start again. So that's my point. Whenever I come to this, I come very hard, because that's the point is, people will always ask this question 2-3 days later after making such videos or giving such advice. You see sometimes the same people, people that watch this will still go ahead and make that stupid mistake by buying messed up vehicles and then come back to me, please, this guy is killing me, help. So you better, I'm not saying it's you, I'm not saying to any time generally, because the video, for me to upload this video means it's no longer about you, or for me to do this video. So I'm telling every other person, 407 is not 406, 407 is not 504. It's more electrically complex than older Peugeot vehicles before 407. So if you are going for such a car, you have to be the type that knows how to, or be willing to maintain a car properly. If you know you can't financially do that, my advice, avoid 407. Avoid it. Just walk away. Look for maybe another brand of car. Maybe Japanese vehicles, Asian cars, or even German cars may be better for you. That's the best advice I'll give you. But unless you wouldn't mind to be suffering yourself every now and then, hey, knock yourself out. If you want to get it right, find someone. Unless you know how you can be able to inspect a car properly, a modern electrically controlled complex vehicle, know how you can be able to detect to know, okay, this car, yeah, of course, is expected wear and tear. It's a used vehicle, whether Nigerian use or Tokumbo. No matter what, there must be a fault. Anybody that tells you there is no single fault, the person is a liar, and you are a foolish person if you believe that. Every used car has a fault. I'm telling you this as someone who is an expert in this industry. Every used car. The difference is some issues can be ignored. Not everybody can be able to dictate them, because all they care about is the car can start. There's no warning for signal on the instrument panel or the um, multifunction display, so it's assumed there's no fault. Or it starts and engage the car move, it's assumed there's no fault. That's the thing, that's the problem. Most people, they assume that, oh, but they are not seeing anything. You just lack the technical knowledge to see those faults. Every used car, the difference is some are, because no matter what, once a car starts running for the very first time, even a brand new engine, things start wearing out immediately. So by fault, I mean some actually might need to be replaced. They're already weak. It's a technical eye that can be able to see those and say, okay, yeah, this one is already weak. Not saying it has failed, but it's already weak. Use it too long, it's gonna fuck you up. Oh, there's something I'm expecting that probably by now supposed to have been replaced. If it's not replaced, can deal with you when you don't expect. Oh, there's something that looks awkward, even though that is not showing any symptom, but it looks awkward, meaning that it's about to fail. Oh, there's something that has to be replaced, whether you think it's good or not. Oh, there's a seal that's already weak, and if you keep using it like that, you may one day fail completely while you're in motion, and the whole engine oil will gush out, and that will be the end of that engine. So every used cars, once you start, it's just like human being. Once you come out of your mother's womb, you start breaking down gradually. Yeah, you are growing, your things are failing, you're listening, you are taking drugs, repairing some parts, some even go to surgery. That's how it is for everything that exists. So same goes with vehicle. Brake pads are wearing out, brake discs are wearing out, tires are getting weaker. I mean, I could go on. That's what I'm saying. Anybody that tells you no car has a single fault, like I said, you have to be a foolish person or stupid to even believe that person. Unless, honestly, you don't know any jack about vehicle. But then, as a human being, as an adult, you should know better, because you're supposed to know that everything that exists that you can see with your physical eyes, you know they have lifespan. And you see them, even trees, you see them, sometimes some branches will not be as strong or healthy as the other branch. Some leaves will be falling out, some will be doing, the fruits on the trees, some are already rotting and falling. That's how it is. So don't tell me no car has a fault. Just that you don't have the knowledge or technical eye to see it, or be able to tell you the sound from the sound, the fault does not mean it does not exist. So when you're buying a used car, expect that issues, but just that some issues will not be something you have to bother yourself immediately. Something you could buy and be using gradually, and then be sorting them out. But then when it comes to the messed up one, the one that, as in, these issues ought not to even exist in that vehicle, by what people introduce by in the terms of abusing, trying to cut corners, they messed up the vehicle, that those areas are not supposed to have those kind of issues on that vehicle. No, in that case, if you buy such cars, man, you deserve whatever that comes with it. So that's so my advice is, yeah, can buy any 407. Can buy, as a first time car user, I can buy 407, irrespective of engine model. For the petrol, for the automatic ones, go through my videos. I've talked about how you can use a 407 with automatic transmission, what it will cost you, what you need to do to keep the gearbox in good condition. So there's no need for me to keep repeating it. So that's the thing. Anybody can use any car, even brand new, used, no matter how old. People drive 504, even though they're already old vehicles and their parts must have worn out, but they still drive them, keep changing the parts and still running. Even do more than most of these newer ones. Why do you think they are still running? You think those parts don't fail? Because people are using them, they are ready to do what it takes to keep those cars running in good condition. by dealing with the issue repairs and all that as things are coming up gradually, rather than waiting for it to pile up, or you complicate it and then it becomes a big challenge to try and fix everything at once. Okay, so I hope this helps.